Hello, everybody. Welcome. Give me a quick second. Let me turn this on and we will go from there. Let's see. Andrew, you're here. There you go. Hey, Richard, how you doing? Shamicia here. Andrew here. Awesome. Guys, give me a quick second. Let me add this. I'll be sharing my screen with you in a moment. Let's see that. Put this on. Let me see. Let me put. So let's see. Awesome. Can you guys hear me okay?
Yes. Hi, Kamal.
Awesome. So let me turn this on. So Oz, he's off today. So let's see. There you go. Quick thing, Andrew, I see your post. I have, remind me, I want to share something with you real quick. Okay, so just remind me. Hello, what's up? How you doing, guys? So Richard, are you a new student? So I do see new faces. Let me see. Hey, Richard. How you doing? Can you see me okay? Can you hear me okay? Let me ask to unmute and then we'll go from there. There you go.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Awesome. Are you a new student?
I signed up actually like maybe a month ago.
Okay.
But I just started the course recently.
Okay, awesome. Can you introduce yourself? What do you do? When did you start it? Like, where are you at right now? Did you start your business?
I'm getting ready to start module 6.
Okay.
My background is, well, I work for a government agency in logistics division.
Okay.
Actually, FEMA. I don't know if you're familiar with FEMA.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I also do freelance graphic design. And I was looking to combine the two, the knowledge of both, and start my own dispatching business.
Well, awesome.
And gear it. Yeah.
Go ahead.
Oh, no, and I'm gearing it towards, since I'm bilingual, to Spanish speakers.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah.
Tell me about your graphic design. So you're a freelance using which platform?
Well, I use Adobe Illustrator, the whole Adobe Creative Suite.
Okay, so that's the tool you're using, but then what are the platforms where you're advertising yourself, like promoting yourself?
Oh, okay. I don't actually. The majority of my clients come via word of mouth.
I see. Okay. Wow. How many clients do you have?
Probably like 15.
15? Okay. So, and now you're starting this new independent freight dispatching business?
Yeah. I find that in the field of graphic design, there's a lot of competition now from platforms like Fiverr.
Okay.
And it's hard to stay competitive when somebody
99 designs
a logo for $25.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And you know what? I think the Fiverr has its own audience, meaning if I need a logo design, for example, from $5 up to maybe, I don't know, $100, something like that, right? So if people looking for cheap services, I think they go to Fiverr, right?
Yeah.
So a little bit advanced, there's 99 designs, right? So if I need like whole package, but I need like professional designers, then the 99 designs have kind of premium, customer segment, I would say. The people who maybe, I don't know, in the business, at least maybe 2 to 3 years and generating revenue, I don't know, maybe, between 100K to, I don't know, $1 million, something like that. When you're choosing your platforms, be careful with like, so if you go into Fiverr, know that there are people who will be coming here like for cheap services. So if you're a really good designer and you have like systems in place and you want to charge premium, then obviously you must start your own, graphic design business, and then promote your services like having your own website or own platform, so to speak. But I think it's a good add-on when it comes to, and as you mentioned, you have logistics experience. If you start your independent freight dispatching business, I think it will be really good add-on, supporting, I would say, serving your carriers. So. Yeah. The way it goes, always we say that since, we're recording this, let me tick here because people will be joining. Awesome. There you go. So the Q&A, it's basically, it's not, although we do some coaching and I do have, something to share with you guys, but it's more of a, like, you guys asking questions, while I'm here live. And if you have any questions, let me know, and then I'll do my best to help you. Since we're talking, about your services, about you, why don't we start with you? So if you have questions, so if not, then we obviously proceed. Let me ask to unmute again. There you go. I think you muted yourself. There you go.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Yeah.
Any questions? So I do have a question. So like I was saying, I wanted to have a niche, which is like Spanish speaking carriers, maybe.
Okay.
That are not comfortable calling shippers or brokers.
Okay.
Themselves. So I would offer the dispatch service, where I connect them with the brokers and the shippers. But I speak Spanish to the carriers, for example, or for those that where English is not their first language, or maybe need assistance communicating with brokers and shippers. So my question was, for my marketing materials and my business name, should I have them in Spanish, or should I create a business in English and do a DBA with a Spanish name, or how would you do it?
Well, awesome. So I'm thinking, like, so if I speak Turkish, for example, and then I do speak English, if I'm targeting specifically Turkish, I would say customers being as a carriers, I think we need to do, like, market research about this. I don't know, be honest with you, like, so I know how to kind of target them, but I don't know as far as, like, I think this is like very niche market when it comes to, like, I'm looking for Turkish audience and Turkish truckers, so to speak, or Turkish owner operators. But what I would do, like, the question will be, okay, if we are targeting Spanish speakers, are we just only targeting, like, just they speak only Spanish, not English? They don't speak English. Is that what you're saying?
No, that would be my main target client, but I would also open to doing other, English speaking clients, of course.
Okay.
But I was looking to specifically target Spanish speaking clients first.
I see. So let me add this to real quick. Yeah. So here what we have. So think about this. So you have 3 segments here. So you have English speakers, you have Spanish speakers, and then you have English/Spanish speakers. So are you combining all these 3 in one, or you're saying, no, it's just like this in the middle segment, they speak only Spanish, they don't speak English, just one language? Or you're saying, no, I really want, like, target the people that speak English, but at the same time they speak Spanish?
I think the first one, the 3 segments that you mentioned.
Okay. So then I think it will be, your marketing material should be in English then. Absolutely.
Okay.
So yeah, think about it. Doesn't make any sense if you're, like, targeting English/Spanish speakers and you just all the marketing materials in Spanish, but what about English speakers? But what about,
Gotcha.
Yeah, so you got the idea, right? So
yeah,
now,
or could I do both? Like, have, for the ones that don't speak English, have marketing materials in Spanish, and have marketing materials in English for the ones that do speak English?
Absolutely. So this is where you skip, like, all the frameworks I'm about to show you, the framework is obviously the people landing on your website, and then they're scheduling a call with you, right? So when they schedule a call with you, this is where you qualify them, right? So if they say, hey, listen, do you speak Spanish because my English is not good? Then you're, yes, absolutely, we do speak Spanish, but although we're serving in English, but then yes, obviously we speak Spanish as well. So this is where you segment them, right? But I think it will be like when you targeting, it should be like 99% of the time it's like for English speakers, because the English speaking, I think the English language will have, or this segment will have, everybody included, so to speak. But if you say, Kamal, I don't want to serve those, but I'm just specifically for Spanish people. They speak English, but they're not good at English, and I want to serve them. I want to help them because they don't know how to negotiate. And why I'm saying this, and why I'm pushing this forward, because when I started, I think I was like, I don't know, a year and a half in the business, and then obviously, the Turkish, people were approaching me saying, hey, I do speak English, but my English is not good. Can you serve me? Can you be my dispatcher? You know what I'm saying? But then that market is very, very small. So maybe you will get, I don't know, 10, 15 clients, not more. But since we're talking about like scaling the business, we need to kind of, think big when it comes to like market. But when I say think big and then different markets, I don't mean combine, for example, drive-in, reefer market, and then car hauling into one, right? So what we're talking about is the demographics, right? So the market, I'm pretty sure that what I'm talking about. Like drive-in market, it's huge. The flatbed market, by itself, it's huge. This is where I specialize. And a car hauling market is, it's huge. Then you just pick one market, and then maybe you kind of sub niche, if you will, kind of, okay, so I'm going after, English/Spanish speakers who are in the flatbed market, for example, if that makes sense.
Yeah. And the reason I asked is because my existing freelance business, all of my clients are Spanish-speaking clients that have difficulty, for example, communicating in English. And then once I helped one by word of mouth, they approached other business owners. Hey, who did that for you? Oh, this guy Rich did it for me. And that's how I've gotten most of my clients, is word of mouth, and the majority of them, or actually all of them, are
awesome.
Spanish.
I think you can do the same thing in this business, be honest with you. But I don't know. I can't help you here with like, you know what? I don't know as far as the size of a market when it comes to like people speak Spanish, but they're not good at English, right? Or they're good at English, maybe they're not good at Spanish, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? I don't know the market. It's basically you're, choosing the one or picking the one. But I would definitely suggest, just like it should be, all the marketing material should be that in English. Absolutely. But then you can create a different landing page, maybe exact same landing page, right? And then it's just like in Spanish, and then you just target only Spanish people, for example, or that segment specifically. You can definitely do that. So we are working on the CRM that we're building for specifically for transportation industry. So that is a software that we're building. And think about, the company name that we have is a DispatchWise. This is for independent freight dispatchers. But think about, brokers can use it, truckers, meaning carriers and owner operators, can use it. And this is where we're creating different landing pages and driving traffic to a single software. So for the brokers, it will be BrokerWise. For the carriers, it will be CarrierWise. So carriers will see their landing page, but they will come to the same software for dispatchers and brokers, right? And then BrokerWise, for example, www.brokerwise.com or .io, and then brokers will see, oh, this is CRM that I'm looking for, or I think this will be helpful for my business. When they click sign up or, request any information, they will just come to the same, software. If that makes sense?
Gotcha. Yes, it does. It does.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Guys, and again, if you have questions, please let me know. Let me change the view. There you go. So we'll do gallery so that I can, see everybody. So, Andrew, let's talk about your efforts, man. I do see you're hustling. And by the way, guys, it really helps for coaches and me so see the faces so that I can recognize you. For example, now I know Andrew pretty closely now, and Richard, for example, there is John, for example, right? So if you can turn on your camera so I can see, right? So if I know it personally, when I get some carriers and I can't serve them, I will refer to you, right? But in order to refer to you, but I must know you, right? Awesome. So guys, here's John. I think you have a question. Andrew, let's talk about the efforts you're putting. Awesome. I do see the consistency. John, I'll come back to you. So what I see is that 90% about your post is about weather, right? So I want you to think kind of, broadly when it comes to like serving your carriers. Think about you already have your carriers, even though you don't have one, but think about you have carriers inside our Facebook group or any other Facebook groups, but think about what are the other benefits, right? So what are they looking for? What type of help you can provide, for example, right? So when you post about, I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 posts, but then you can just pitch just slightly saying, hey, I've been posting in this group, I've been helping you guys. Let me add this student real quick. People kind of late. There you go. So, and you can pitch saying, hey, here's my link. You can set up, free 30 minutes consultation or something like that, or strategy call or discovery call, something like that, where people can schedule a call with you. Think about it, that is a free strategy call, about 45 minutes, but that is a value, don't you think? Right? It is a value. So if I'm a carrier, I'm looking for somebody, but I'm not sure, and then you're offering your 45 minutes like free strategy call with me, then obviously I can just basically sign up with you, and then, hey, let's hop on a Zoom call and see what you have to offer, for example, if that makes sense.
Yeah. So are you recommending 10 to 20% some kind of pitching, a little bit?
Yeah, but think about, it's not within the single post, you are delivering the value, but then at the end, there's the CTA. I don't think you're ready yet. But what I'm saying is that think about Monday, Tuesday, Thursday. On Friday, you're kind of slightly pitching, saying, hey, I've been, posting this. Maybe you found them helpful, but here's a link for 45 minutes of my life that I've never get back to, but it's just basically a delivering value to this community. If you need any help, please let me know, for example, right? So that is a kind of, slight pitch. But then on the next week, and you start again delivering the value. And then at the end, for example, the week on, you can pick a day, for example, Thursday or Friday, and then you can slightly pitch. For example, here's my website, or here's my Facebook group, or here's my whatever, the call to action, for example, right? Or here is the download, that I created for you, if that helps.
Yes, thank you.
Absolutely. Awesome. So we have that covered. Let's go with John. John, I do have something, prepared for you, since you have, let me mute for a second and I will come back to you. Let me share my screen with you guys. Okay, let me take that, share my screen. There you go. So do you guys see this? Let me go back to John. John, tell me, what do you see?
Hello. I can see the process flow.
Yes. Awesome.
Yes.
Awesome.
And
so here is your question, right? So you're saying, this is you, I think,
yeah.
right?
Yeah, exactly.
Awesome. So we did receive, or we did get your email. So this is what you have. So I think you have three questions. And one of the reasons why, picked this, I think it's a lot of people asking for this. And then I created a workflow that I'm, about to share with you. I think this, for some of you, will, basically I've been teaching this, but Let me see if we have more participants. Okay, I think we're good. There you go. So let me come back. Your question is currently you're, building your online presence, meaning creating your Facebook pages, groups, whatnot, maybe YouTube channel, maybe website that you're working on, right? So, and then you said you received an email, get up level done for you, start package. So how it works, basically, that's the question you have. I'm really interested in that. After I've created a web page with the sales funnels, what are the ways promoting it, right? So how it works, whatever you're about to teach me, and then how it works. That is that, and then the recommendation, how you can get customers. What's happening? Let's see. Do you guys hear the noise? Okay, so let me mute. Oh, okay, John, I think it's coming from you. So when I mute, it stops. Okay, so we will keep you muted for a second, and then we'll come back to this. The lead capture framework. This is basically how it works. So just if you guys have questions, please, I will just, let me go back and pull the chat so that I can see if you guys have a question. And you guys welcome if you wanted to stop me and ask a question. If you guys have a question about this software, I think is you can see is a Lucid app or Lucid chart. I'm using the free version. So there you go. Lead, basically, for those of you who don't know, the lead is basically, think about, it's a person, right? Interested or looking for help, meaning they're looking for independent freight dispatching services, or they're interested in your services. So here's the lead coming from Facebook group, Instagram, it's Google, they may be searching it. Maybe you're running PPC ad or Google ads. Maybe you're running some YouTube ads. Maybe you have list of carriers, which is, email comes into play. What are these? These are the traffic sources. What's the traffic source? Basically, people, coming from these sources, right? Maybe you're chatting. Maybe you have a Facebook page and somebody who's looking for independent freight dispatching services. Maybe, he's a carrier, maybe he's a broker, and he sees that you are an independent freight dispatcher, and then he contacts you. And what's happening is that they're landing on the landing page. So I have the link. I will just, quickly go there. This is the landing page. And again, this is a framework, right? This is the exact same thing. John, so you asked, so if I see you're here, yes, you're here. So this is the get up level done for you started package. This is what it is, right? So this is where you put your logo, and we have the copy already, right? So you're just adding, it's basically customizing, right, for your business. The cover, the place where you are, whatever you are offering, this is the lead magnet, right? People interested in, let's say, cost per mile calculator. What we have is the broker list or the shippers list. This is basically a visual representation where carriers are interested, for example, right? So what's happening, they're landing, and again, how they landed, they're coming from Facebook group, Instagram, Google, YouTube, or email, right? Now, lead comes to your opt-in page. This is, in the marketing language, this is opt-in pages. Basically, we just capture their email address or the customer information. As you can see, here's, let's say I put my name, Kamal, and then I enter my email address. I click get the lead magnet. Lead magnet is wherever. It could be a get your cost per mile Excel spreadsheet, or get your broker's list, or get my, 500 direct shippers list, or something like that, right? And then the bullet points, as you can see, these are the placeholders. This is what you're replacing with your own words, saying, hey, if you get this, this is what you're getting. Bullet point 1, bullet point 2, 3, and 4, and so forth. So what's happening next? When they click download, let's follow the chart. So now on the back end, lead added to a list. Let me stop here. I think we have a question. Let me come back real quick. Ask to unmute. Abogo. Yes, what's your question?
Yes, hi everyone.
Hey, how you doing? So let me add Abogo. Is your name Abogo? Am I pronouncing your name correctly?
Yes, my name is my small name is Jocelyn. Abogure is my first name.
Okay, so do you want me to call Abogo or is Jocelyn?
Jocelyn is better.
Awesome. Jocelyn,
Yes.
give me a quick second. John, there is a second, I think, account trying to add. Do you want me to add? Okay, so let me add. Okay, let me come back to Jocelyn. Yes, what's your question?
Yes, just excuse me. I am very, very new, like a baby in all those things.
Okay.
Last time, excuse me, because my question is not related to what you are doing, but I have a lot of questions.
Awesome, Jocelyn. I really wanted to stop here, but I thought it's all about this. Let me finish this and I'll come back to it. Is that okay with you? Awesome.
Yes.
Awesome.
Very,
Yeah. Let's continue with the flow. So what's happening on the back end? We're adding that lead to our list. So for this, we're using software. What are the software? So we use ActiveCampaign. This is what I use. There's a ConvertKit. There's MailChimp. There's Aweber. So what are these? Basically, ActiveCampaign is an email marketing software, right? Think about all the leads that coming to your landing page or opt-in page or squeeze page, right? There's different names. And then you capture those leads and you store them somewhere. So this is the software that just does that. Capturing, storing, segmenting, and gives you all the information you need. What are the information? For example, the information about did they or this lead open my email? Does this lead read my emails? What about the click-through rates? Are they clicking it, not clicking it? What are the percentages? Opt-in or subscribed, unsubscribed, all the data you need, it will be inside the software. So I use ActiveCampaign. It's more of like a pro level and it's kind of expensive. But if you're looking for something for free for up to 1,000 leads, it will MailChimp, it's free. I don't know if they're still offering this, but most of these services, they will offer some sort of, I don't know, free services. But I do know that MailChimp offers 30-day free trial. At the same time, I think up to 1,000 leads, they have free service. So think about that. Now your lead added to your ActiveCampaign and then emails go automatically. This is where the automation kicks in. That email number one, basically welcoming, saying thank you for signing up and delivering basically the lead magnet, right? So once they clicked, yes, we captured them. What will happening on the second page, which is a sales or appointment page? Remember, what we do here is we're basically pushing them to schedule a call. This is where the magic happens. When we schedule a call, Zoom, call like this, where we're using the ultimate conversion script to close the deal. This is what's happening. This is the framework. This is the process. So I'll show you what will be the second step. Now, our lead, now we captured, right? So this is the first page. Now we're going to, let me close this and let me close this. Goes to second page. So, and this is what it says: confirmed your lead magnet, and again, whatever that name is, right? Think about its cost per mile, anything. Think about like shippers list or brokers list. It will be here, right? Will be in your inbox shortly. While you wait, while you're here, now what we're doing here, now we're pushing them to book a call with us. Think about the discovery call, think about the strategy call, think about the consultation, and it's free, right? Now, it's basically the copy is here, but and again, you're replacing it with the name of your lead magnet, right? What's the promised goal with the consultation? So the copy is here, but then it's about 80% is done, but the 20%, this is what you will be working on, basically customizing. You can also change the colors and whatnot, the user interface and a design. You can do whatever you want. It's built on ClickFunnels, by the way. Now, moving on, it's a little bit of a story who you are. You can replace me with your with your image. And again, talking about you, why did you start your, and again, see that insert your story, business story. Why did you started your business? With the Richard, he said, I want to serve Spanish speaking, customers, for example, right? Why? Maybe they don't speak, good English, for example. And I had that segment with my Turkish people. They don't know, well, actually they speak English, but not well enough to talking to brokers and get those, loads for their trucks, for example. This is where you connect with your potential customer. Now, and again, this is the placeholder, and then they can schedule a call, clicking here, then on the, so this is what they're getting. And again, list, what they are getting out of this call. For example, I'll be talking about your cost per mile. I'll be talking about X, Y, and Z. I'll be, dissecting your business into smaller pieces to find your problems and try to, help you to solve those problems, for example, right? Now, why they need to, book a call with you. And again, the copy is here. Now, testimonials, if you have, that's awesome. If not, then obviously you'll be working on getting the testimonials. Testimonials are the deal makers, be honest with you. You need to get, testimonials like yesterday. Very, very important. Change your logo if you wanted to. Now, what's happening? Now we are in this stage, right? So we are in this stage. Now what's happening? If they book a call with you, what's happening? When they book a call with you, this is what they see. Congratulations, your free consultation call is scheduled. This is a day and time. And again, the software will pull the data. You don't have to worry about this. A confirmation email will be sent to the email address you provided, along with your brand new free instantly downloadable guide. And again, you can rephrase here, adding whatever the lead magnet was, for example, and then lead magnet name, and they can download, using this button, or they also will receive the email. So what's happening here? Now they are in this page. Now see that? This is where they are like kind of stranger. Now they're kind of hot leads over here. See this process, what it does? It kind of warming them up. Now, deliver the lead magnet. This is what's happening. Now, this is where I think the $1 million questions comes in. Come on, what if they don't schedule a call? Well, this is why you have captured the lead. Now you have the name and email address. What's happening? Your active campaign, since I'm using the active campaign, I'll be talking about the active campaign. Inside the active campaign, we have the workflows, we have the triggers. It's basically the system kicks in when when the software receives the lead, and then there's a trigger happening. There's an action sending emails. First email, it's basically a welcome email. And then you guys have the framework for the emails that I shared with you. But basically it's a welcome email saying, thank you. I'll just, take John saying, hey, John, thank you so much for downloading this, whatever the lead magnet is. Meantime, for example, you can schedule a call with me. There's the first pitch, and then it goes second, third, fourth email. This is where you're delivering the value. Anything we were talking about with Andrew about delivering the value to the customer, right? Now they're your leads. Now you're basically nurturing them. Think about farming them, building a relationship with them. But the best part is this is the automation. This happens automatically using the active campaign, right? On the last email, again, you're pitching what? Schedule a call. See that? It's exactly the same thing, right? It's like, hey, I want you to schedule a call. This is what's happening until they, let me come back. Let me go here. So think about when they first did not schedule a call with you. Now you build a relationship with your leads, and what's happening now, they see, I don't know, 4, 5, 6, 7 times And in marketing, there are like 7 touch points. Basically, it means like if a potential customer want to work with you, they must be touched at 7 times in some point, on the internet, on the Facebook, you chatted, maybe they watched your YouTube videos, maybe you emailed them or something like that, or 2-3 emails. Now they're kind of ready to schedule a call with you, or whatever the services you're offering, they're ready to buy, so to speak, right? So that's the best case scenario. What's happening in the last email, you're again pitching your free consultation. And again, if they pitch the free consultation, they book a call with you. And again, this is a thank you page. And what's happening, if they book a call with you, then obviously there's a Zoom call like this. You asking questions, they're talking to you. Hey, I have 4 trucks. I'm in the flatbed market. These are my challenges. Hiring driver is one challenge. Buying truck is another challenge. Cost per mile, I don't know my numbers. That this is like the biggest problem that I have. Can you help me with those? So this is where you kind of closing the deal with your potential client. Now, what's happening if they agree to work with you, then you're sending them a contract, right? Dispatcher carrier agreement. And once they approved or accepted what's happening, you're onboarding into your system, right? Whatever the software you're using, maybe TMS you're using, maybe you don't, it's totally okay. But basically what meaning is that you're starting serving them and delivering your services. So I'll stop here. I hope it makes sense. And maybe I'll just, have this open if you guys have any questions. I think Shelly, she has a question. Joseline, I'll come back to you. Shelly says, hey, Kamal, I'm on the road currently, but I'm listening. Awesome. Just letting you know I'm okay, tuned in. Okay, please, Shelly, don't drive. So it's for safety purposes. Please, you can stop somewhere and then you can definitely listen. So John, let me come back to you and see if you have any questions. I think this should be clear.
Yeah, very informative table. Thank you, Kamal.
Awesome.
Yeah, the only thing that stopped me here to get this exact, how to say, the process, the ClickFunnels site,
okay,
is the fee that I have to pay every month. As I remember, it is around $100.
Yes, it's $97 per month. Yep.
Yeah. So I postponed this idea, but I really like this. So I understood all the process, how it works in the internet and the YouTube.
Right.
And now I just postponing this idea,
You don't, be honest with you, John, you don't have to postpone this because this is basically a system that works. This is the system that we're using to generate leads, right? So without this, and I've been, telling you that, hey, you need to build this, right? So, but we have the services that we are offering. So we have the digital marketing agency. It's the DT marketing media that we have. We're offering these services to our students if they need it, right? So, but the idea was, it's like, hey, this is what we're doing. Okay, so I don't know why it does this. Let me mute this. But this is basically what I've been telling you guys, and this is what I've been teaching for years, saying, hey, this is the exact framework. It works, right? So the only thing is that you have to build this by yourself. That's what it is, right? So, and this is why you receive the email saying, hey, we do have this built already, and we're sharing with our students if you wanted to, right? So, but the thing about the emails, not there. Why? But we also give you the emails that you can plug it in. And why we're not giving you the platform as far as email marketing goes, because, well, I don't know, maybe you'll say, hey, I don't want to use ActiveCampaign because it's expensive, but I want to use MailChimp, right? And this is why it's just kind of, we're letting you to choose or pick one. So, and then you connect the system so that it's, up and running. Remember we talked about this lead gen, weld oil machine, so to speak. Remember we did that? This is exactly what it is, right? So let me see. Let me unmute you again to see if you have questions. Richard, I do see you raise your hand. I will come back to you. John, is everything clear?
Yeah, everything is clear. Thank you, Kamal.
Okay, awesome. So if you have any questions, please let me know. So let me come back to this chart. Joseline, Joseline, I know you have a lot of questions, but let me ask to unmute Richard for a quick question since we're talking about this framework specifically. Richard, what's your question? Richard?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, so my question was, when you schedule the call
Okay.
for the consultation,
Okay.
is that tied to a calendar that comes as a feature with ClickFunnels, or is it like a third-party calendar?
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Great question, Richard. So there is a software, and again, it's a free version. And this is where we're building a software that it will include all of it in one platform. So since we haven't launched yet, so there is a platform called Calendly. So let me stop this real quick. I know for sure they have a free version, but we do have a paid version. Let me pull this real quick. Yes. So Calendly will connect with ClickFunnels. The ClickFunnels is a software where you build your sales funnels. And these are the like 3 steps. That is a sales funnel. It's a sales process, right? So built on ClickFunnels. Then ClickFunnels will integrate with this software called Calendly, and then Calendly, I'm pretty sure they have a free version. Let me take, and then I'll share the screen with you. There you go. Awesome. So here you go. Here is the software, and they let me click on pricing. I remember. Always free. Yes, they do have a free version, and it's not expensive, to be honest with you. And a lot of, I don't know, and 90% out there, people who are scheduling call using this, framework, when they're using the Calendly, they use free version. Free version will do the work for you. So what's happening when they schedule a call, Calendly will give them the option to pick a tool available from Monday, Tuesday, but you're not available, I don't know, Wednesdays and Fridays, something like that, right? And then you can customize, and then it will create a page for you where when they click on a book a call, that page where you integrate Calendly with the Facebook. And again, we will help you. Let me see. I think we do have more participants. Let me see. I don't want to miss them. There you go. I think we're good to go. Yeah. So it's basically, let me see if we have, I can do another call and then show you how, it's integrated with our ClickFunnels account. So basically we'll pick a date and time and then click to book a call, get all the information, and then it will send the Zoom link automatically to you, both to you and to your lead as well. So your lead will receive the Zoom call plus the date and time, whatnot. And it's pretty neat. I hope, it answers your question. Richard, let me come back to you. Is that helpful?
Yeah, and I had a follow-up question.
Go ahead.
Okay.
So let me see.
Yeah.
Let me see. Andrew says question about the framework presented. How important is having a multiple landing pages based on where the lead is in the process? Andrew, I think this is an awesome question. Let me come back to you. So Richard, what was your question again?
If you could go back to the framework,
Okay,
so I could look at it.
Let's go there. Framework. Share my screen. There you go. There you go. Do you see?
Okay. Yeah, I see it now.
Okay.
So you say when the person doesn't book a call, they get added to the list, and then there's a series of automated emails.
Right.
What is the time frame in between each email?
So the first goes immediately. This is very important. Okay. And the rest is up to you. But what I would recommend is 24 hours period. So what I'm doing is sending emails every day. So if they want to, opt out, they can definitely do that. Right. So that means they're not interested, and I'm not interested working with them. So what's the reason to bother them? Right. For example, I will just, slightly change the perspective. So we send a lot of emails for students who opt in.
They've already been created.
Yeah. So, and think about, there's another way. It's like student opted in to get the free lead that we have. Is, get started. I think the free guide we have. So then they're added to the list. And then second is the sales page where it says, hey, they're pushing them to sign up for the course, right? So that is exact same process, right? You can apply to anything you want. So the basically is pushing them to, hey, sign up. If they don't, we have the name and email address, and then series of emails will go out them. It's like written once and it goes automatically, right? So it's just one is immediate, then in a 24 hours wait, 24 hours wait, 24 hours wait. And then there, along the way, there are a lot of people, opt out, saying, hey, I'm not interested, or just say unsubscribe, something like that. The majority, they stay because they're interested in becoming independent freight dispatchers. And I'm pretty sure majority of you watching right now, they, gone through the same process. Right?
Yep.
Awesome.
And,
there you go.
and-
Yeah.
and
yeah, go ahead.
I was just say the content in each email is different, right?
Yes.
Different.
Yes,
Okay.
absolutely. So think about, you have graphic design. I'm just, changing the perspective here. Think about first email here. It will be immediate lead magnet. Then second will be, hey, listen, whatever the carrier. Hey, Kamal, for example, I was a carrier. So you can say something like, hey, I do have these independent freight dispatching services. And again, you just talk about the importance of graphic design, the importance of websites, the importance of reviews, Google reviews and whatnot. I'm just, generating ideas when I'm talking. See what am I going with this? It's just basically, delivering the value to them. You can recommend any books, for example, you have. I have some of my students recommending, for example, websites, recommending books, anything that your carrier can benefit. This is on the back end, what's happening psychologically, you're building a relationship. That's the whole idea. You're nurturing them. The follow-up is different. Follow-up could be something like, hey, you didn't schedule a call, and then there's a follow-up. There's another automation you can place somewhere here. You're just following with them saying, hey, you downloaded this broker's list, for example. Hey, do you want me to call them, for example? You just following up to see what they're saying. If they say like, hey, I'm not interested, man, be honest with you. To me, like, I don't know what you would do. This is what I would recommend. I never stop. I just do the following, the follow-up. I'll do all like follow-up until they're like, hey, please stop, man. It's like, I don't need this. Then maybe I'll stop, and then maybe I'll come back, I don't know, in the 2 to 3 months to see if he or she changed mind. Because I want to serve. And I know you are a carrier and you need my help. See what am I going with this? It's kind of aggressive marketing, but at the same time, thinking like, what's the psychology behind when people say no? No, basically, when I was studying marketing at the Georgia State University, and I remember one of my professors said, no doesn't exist. No, it's basically a safe place to, win a time. Right? So, hey, do you want to schedule a free consultation call with me? I will dissect your business, and I'll, maybe you don't want to work with me, but at least, man, you will have the plan, that you can execute on, right? So I will just, help you. Think about, it's a free service, but then they say no. What's the reasoning behind this saying no? They need to have a time to think about. See that? And this is why follow-up is so powerful. In majority, by the way, the sales, the contracts comes from the follow-up sequence that we have. Follow-up is everything. So you work with the government agency, the importance of follow-up. The follow-up, it's everything. So when they say yes, it's obviously, and again, what's the psychology behind saying yes? If they're excited, they want to be part of something. And again, it's kind of dangerous when you say yes to something that you don't fully have control or the grip, right? It's just like, well, I want to say yes, but I'm kind of, it's unknown behind the yes. And this is why majority of people will say no, right? And this is why we'll put them on the automation. So let them think. See that? Hope that helps. A little bit of psychology here. Yes, absolutely. Yeah. So the time frame, obviously, it's up to you. But what I will do is, well, the first email in our sequence, if I'm if I'm not mistaken, this is immediate. First one, I think this is within 30 minutes. And there's a the study done by MIT. Within 5 minutes closing, maybe you read that article. I can share with you guys. It's an awesome. So basically, this is, does the thing. It's basically the study was, done by MIT. It says, whatever the lead comes into your world, if you connect within the 5 minutes, you won the deal. If they connect, if you didn't connect, you lost it. That's it. It's gone, right? So there's like 90% probability decreased. Like now you have less than 10% to close. The second day, you have 99% closing on that day. So that means you will need to put a lot of efforts to convert this lead, right? So this within 5 minutes and within just 1 hour time frame, 5 minutes very important. And this is why this email goes immediately to build that relationship, right? So then second email will go within 30 minutes saying, and by the way, welcome to my world. This is X, Y, and Z, the benefits you get right now. And then next, I don't know, 5 or 6 days, I'll be delivering awesome value to you. If that's awesome, just replace, say yes or thank you, whatever. It's just basically micro commitment from them. Now you'll lock the deal. See that? Yeah, there are a lot of tactics and strategies, and again, this ethical way of closing the deal or persuading, for example, because they need your help, right? It's just like, think about, you're helping them to make a decision. Richard, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Jocelyn, I'll come back to it. I think this is very, very important. Think about this. Making a decision. We really, really, really bad at making decisions. We human beings really bad at making decisions. Some of you maybe agree, some of you maybe disagree. But think about, let's play this. You have 5 options, for example. Think about, you have a Snickers, you have Twix, you have Milky Ways, you have, what are the others? Twix, we have Mars. Think about like 4, and Bounties, for example. You have 5 treats to choose from. Richard, which one you choose? Out of 4, out of 5. Richard, can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I cut in and out. I don't know if it's my internet. I didn't hear the question.
Okay, so you have 5 treats. So we're kind of conducting a study here. So I'm kind of proving why people are really bad at making decisions. I'm really bad at making decisions, right? And we all are. Think about, so you have 5. Can you hear me okay now?
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. So you have 5 trees. So you have 5 options. First one is Snickers. Second one is Twix. Third one is the Milky Way. Fourth one is Mars. And then the fifth one, I think, is Bounties or Bounty or something like that. You have the 5 trees. Which one you pick? Think about it.
Snickers.
Okay. So for the majority of did you had this like hard time picking the one because you had like 5 options, and you're thinking about which one I would go? Snickers, maybe you're like favorite, and this is why you picked it right away. Let me add admin. But this is, and again, is the study done by MIT. It's like, hey, think about, you have these 5 treats, and when you ask people to pick one, even though they have the favorite, 99% of the time, people will just like think about, I don't know, let me see, maybe Mars, maybe Snickers, something like that, right? Why? Because we're really bad at making decisions. Well, think about, now you have a different offer. Now you have all of these 5 in just one offer. I'm giving you everything, you just one, price for it. For example, it's $30, something, or $20, something like that. Now it becomes very, very easy to make that decision. What's the point of this, right? Making decisions. We're really bad at making decisions. Why is that? Because with this, we're helping them to make a decision or decisions. Does that help?
Yeah.
See that? So with this system that we have in place, we're basically helping them to make a decision. This is what we were doing here. That's all. Right? So, and again, maybe 10, 15, 20% of people will say, no, absolutely, they don't need you. But it doesn't mean that they don't need you forever. Maybe they don't need you for I don't know, for a month, for a 6 month, maybe for a year, right? Maybe I don't need independent freight dispatcher right now, but what about in 6 months? So for those people out there right now watching my YouTube videos, they don't need to join my classes right now. But what about they lost a job and they want to start their business? Or what about they didn't lost a job, but they want to start the side hustle, for example, on the side, and then decided to join, I don't know, maybe next 6 months or something like that. See that? So no is an option here. But for some reason, majority of our students are focusing on the no. People saying no, carriers saying no. See that? And this is one of the reasons why we, do these, Q&A calls. Awesome. Richard, is that helpful?
Yes, thank you so much.
Yeah,
Yes.
absolutely. Absolutely. Let me come back to Joseline. Guys, and again, if you have questions, please let me know. While you have your questions, let me go back to Joseline because she has a lot of questions. But we end the Q&A call, but I'll do, have some time available to you, Joseline, so that we can get your questions answered. There you go.
Yes, hello.
Yes, how you doing?
Yes, I'm watching this.
Okay, awesome.
following-
Joseline, let's do this. Here's the plan. Since 1 hour, time frame is kind of over, but I'll, spend some time with you to help you to get there. Let's take, I don't know, at least maybe like 3 questions so that, we can work on it. Pick 3 questions that really, really important to you.
Okay, the first one is about OTR capital.
Okay, so
OTR.
let's go.